Yo, so I'm laying in bed, and I'm watching. I just watched somebody linked it on Facebook. Like they shared a video, and they're like, "Yo, hope more people post content like this." It was Nsima's latest video, 10,000 hours, consistency, pit of awareness. I personally, I've never read the book, so all I know about it is, I mean, I've heard of it before, right? I've heard of 10,000 hours, and that's the amount of time. Basically, if you haven't seen the video, you should watch Nsima's video. Um, Man, I'm such a lazy YouTuber. I'm like, I want to say in my head, I want to say, yo, I'm gonna link the video down below. But then I'm like, ugh, then I gotta go find the link, and then I gotta put it down below. But no, I will do it for you. All right? Jeez, I'm not gonna be that lazy. I promise. I mean, man. All right, what am I saying? Oh yeah, all right, okay. It was a great video. Um, I mean, it was 11 minutes of talking, and I started getting excited like 5 minutes into the video because I started like realizing what it was about. I mean, within the first minute or so, I started realizing like, yo, the what what this video is about is really hitting home for me because Nsima's been lifting since he was 13, really seriously, maybe a year or two after that, right? So, I mean, he's putting in time, man. He's 23. That's 10 years. I'm trying to figure out in my head. I'm on my phone, so that's like my main calculator. I'm trying to figure out how many days is 10,000 hours, or how many days per week is 10,000 hours. I'll do some math, and then I'll talk more about where I'm going with this rambling. Right? Is like, yo, I've only been lifting like consistently since the middle of 2012. Also due to injury, I was doing a lot of indoor rock climbing. I broke my finger playing catch, which is the football, which is ridiculous. But I didn't do it once; I did it twice, like a year apart from each other. Both needed surgery. But anyway, the first time I got the surgery on my left hand, fifth finger, um, my phalanges, and so I got it repaired, right, and 8 weeks later, everything's good to go. I'm starting to do rehab on my little pinky. Not this one; it's actually the one holding the camera. This one, you can see it's still fat, it's crooked, and I got into lifting, and I wanted to lift more seriously. I was like, yo, rock climbing hurts my finger too bad. It was putting a lot of stress on my other fingers, compensation or whatever. My hands started sweating really bad, worse than normal. And so anyway, I got to the gym more consistently. 2012. I decided to diet a little bit. Then I was like, yo, I'm too skinny. I got to get bigger if I want to look better. And, I don't want to go through this whole Spider Man origin story again. But, I hooked up with 3DMJ and I competed probably before I should have because I should have been lifting longer. But, yo, I'm old. I'm 31. So now I'm 31. Then I was 28, right? So it's not like I'm a spring chicken. I've been lifting weights off and on since I was a teenager too, 15, 14, whatever. Disc construction. I was a laborer for a little bit over the summer. So, and I was in the Marine Corps. So, I've done some things, but I never lifted like bodybuilding consistently and, to try to get bigger and stronger. So anyway, I mean, how many hours have I had, man? I'm nowhere close to experienced enough. I can only say that, and I had another injury right after my 2013 prep. I broke my hand. You see the scars there? The metacarpal this time, same way, playing catch with a football like a dummy. I waited till contest prep was over before I played catch again, and boom, broke my finger. So I'm out another like 12 weeks. Then I tear my shoulder. I'm out 5 months. So, I mean, my consistency sucks, but at least I've been consistent as I could with regard to my injuries in order to have made it to where I've made it. I mean, I did earn my natural bodybuilding pro card in September. I'm prepping for a pro show. If I could stay injury free, can you imagine the potential? And when I look at Nsima, I mean, this dude's incredible. Like, I literally would just disappear standing behind him. No way would I ever be close to this dude on stage. That's my thought process, right? Like, his genetics are just crazy, right? But even though his genetics are crazy, the dude has put in 10,000 hours. Like, that seems like a long time to me. Cause it probably is. And then he gave examples about Bill Gates and such and such. Watch the video. I don't want to summarize 11 minutes with my own 11 minutes interjected in. I'm already at 5 minutes and I haven't even done the math of how many hours a week it would take you to get to 10,000 hours. So if each workout is roughly, let's just say, an hour of work, right? An hour of training, and you do it, let's just say, roughly 5 days a week, so 5 hours a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. Let's just say 50, because let's say you take 2 weeks off, whatever, right? 50 times 5 is 250 hours. No, that's horrible. It's only 250 hours. It's only 250 hours a year. 250 hours a year. That means every 4 years is 1,000 hours, and you need 10. 40 years? What? Okay, all right. Let's say you work out for 2 hours, which I don't. Maybe you do. 2 hours, that would double everything I said. That's 5 times 2 is 10. For 50 is 500. That's 20 years. Hey, bruh, Nsima, I don't think you worked out for 10,000 hours unless I somehow screwed up my math, right? I mean, 10,000 hours, if you only been lifting for 10 years, me, I have only been lifting for like 3 years, minus injuries, and then you add in a couple months here, a couple months there, 3 months while I was in Iraq in 2006, off and on during high school, whatever. Even still, what could I possibly be at? Maybe 1,500 hours? That means I need another 8,500 hours. And then, oh yeah, so he's talking about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And I was thinking, honestly, I feel like, well, I was gonna say, I thought that, certain skill sports, I feel like if you've watched it enough, you kind of get some kind of muscle memory into you, just because you've observed something, especially in a scientific capacity. Like, you've if I watch somebody do jujitsu, for example, or boxing or whatever, like, I could kind of like, you seen Matrix, right, where they download the fight moves, and all of a sudden they're doing karate or kung fu or whatever, some type of martial arts. I feel like grappling is similar, like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu specifically. I felt like I had watched 10,000 hours of MMA, but now that I did the math and I realized that that's like, 40 years worth at 5 hours a week. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I've only watched 2,000 hours of MMA, but I've never trained specifically jujitsu. I did some line training in the Marine Corps where we do a little bit of grappling, but I feel like I'll be pretty good at least the beginning stuff, because I have such a good concept of what they do, because I've seen it so many times. Like, it's been ingrained. Like, I watched it and watched it over and over again. I know triangles, I know kimuras, I know rear naked chokes, I know how to transition from the mount from full guard to half guard to side control to the mount, back mount, and like all these things. I know the knowledge, but I don't. I'm physically done them. I don't go out and grapple with anybody. You know what I mean? But I just thought that part was interesting too, to throw that in there. Anyway, 8 minutes of rambling. I'm gonna post this anyway. I don't care. You can say, hey man, Chris, don't ever make a video like that again, or I'll unsubscribe from you instantly. And I'll be like, if I'm so moved, I might have to make the video like this again. All right, guys, peace out. Bye. Okay, cue the outro.